everyone for tuning in for this very special Twitter Spaces session with Chandan. He is the Vice President of Derivatives and Technical Analyst at Motilal Oswal Securities. We've seen him, regularly on TV, all of these business news channels. But just to give you guys a little bit of insight into Chandan and his life, he's done his MBA finance and he's done his post graduation in finance and marketing from Jaipur. He has over 20 years of experience in equity markets. Prior to joining Motilal Oswal in 2017, he was with Anand Rathi Brokers for almost 9 years. And like I said, we see him almost every single day on business news channels. The pleasure to have him on our platform. The first time I think we're conducting a spaces with Chandan. So finally getting a hold of him. All right, let's kick things off. Chandan, we've seen a sharp rebound in markets, in the last 1 month. Are we headed for some bit of cool down in the final week of April, or can we see Nifty reclaim 18,000 on a monthly expiry?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much to the entire team, yes, Aswin, and thanks to all the participants who are listening us. So, like talking about the market, just couple of weeks back, Nifty made bottom near to 16,828 marks, and that was the lower band of the falling channel, which was being formed by connecting all the swings high and swing lows recently. And after making that low, the market has recovered by around 1,000 points. 2 days back, it made high near to 17,863. But
Yeah.
now, after the formation of some sort of bearish engulfing, it's slightly drifting lower, now struggling near its 50-day exponential moving average. So, what I believe that now there will be some time for consolidation. However, we are not in hurry to head towards 18,000 because upside seems to be kept. Already, we have seen good run up. Some consolidation could be there in the market. I believe that 17,442 could act as a key level to hold this recent profit booking. That is also the 38.2% retracement of the recent upswing. So I believe that this recent decline of 2 days, 3 days might be consolidative nature and can find support near to 17,442. On upside, it will find a tough ride to hold beyond 17,777. So I believe 17,442 to 17,777 is the zone we need to stay in. And I believe after that some consolidation will be there and the next move will start by the mid May, and that might take it to 18,000 or 18,200 plus. But as of now, I think
Hmm.
most of the short covering has happened because FI's index long short ratio was near to 7-8% couple of days back. That has gone to 40%. Bank Nifty, which has seen the rollover of 93%, open interest was near to 50 lakhs, has gone to 25 lakhs. So that short covering also seen. We have seen recovery in the FI's long short ratio. Your volatility index is near to 12. Your CBI VIX is also cooling down. So lower volatility also indicates some sort of range bound bias in the market. So I think we need to trade in between 17,442 to 17,777, 17,850 marks.
Chandan, you briefly spoke about Bank Nifty, but I think we didn't discuss individual levels. Banking stocks, they have been doing relatively better as compared to the benchmark indices. Where do you see Bank Nifty heading for the monthly expiry next week?
Yeah, so when we talk about Bank Nifty, it outperformed well, and we believe that Bank Nifty will continue to see the outperformance. In Nifty, selective IT counter, some restricted upside in Reliance, restricted upside in HUL, Maruti will keep the Nifty under pressure. But in banking, one or other name will be in focus. However, the key thing is ICICI Bank result on Friday. But as of now,
Hmm.
I believe that if someone has to go on the long side, better to be in the Bank Nifty. Here, structure is not totally violated compared to the Nifty index. However, today we have negated the formation of higher lows of last five trading session, but still it is holding near to the previous week higher level. So I believe 41,750 could be a key level. So 41,500 to 41,750 will provide the cushion to Bank Nifty to again 750 kind of level. So I think let it slightly dip towards 41,500 to 41,750 to again retest the previous breakout of the trend line to start the next move going forward.
Got it. So 41 500 and 41,750 is the level to watch out for on Bank Nifty. Chandan, IT stocks have been under a lot of pressure after weak results from both TCS and Infosys. In fact, the Nifty IT index is back at where it was in September. A lot of people are starting to question whether we'll be able to hold the 26,000 mark on the Nifty IT index. What are your thoughts?
So I believe that IT is likely to underperform. However, already it has corrected much. Right? Everyone asking the same question: should we buy and hold, or should we
Yeah.
invest more? I think we should not be in hurry. However, if someone is looking for bigger time frame, can plan. But I think for immediate point of view, the pen is not yet over, and some short were built in most of the IT name, so that pen will continue till the end of monthly expiry. So, so the key level, as you mentioned, is going to be 26,000 for Nifty IT index. But important part is surpassing any immediate hurdle that is not happening. Even in the last week, 2 week back, we witnessed some recovery, but that was again sold with hurdle of 29,000. So I believe that now hurdle will be 27, 300, 400, and it can again drip to 26,000 marks on lower side. And I believe that restricted upside and cold writing pressure and the short built up will continue to keep these stocks in limited bounce or selling pressure to continue, especially when you talk about Infi, TCS, and all that.
Chandan, before we talk about more sectors, there's something I read in the last half an hour, 45 minutes that said that retail investors, 53 lakh people left the stock market in the last 9 months, which means that people were more interested in investing when they were working from home than at times when they're back to office. How do you read this with this, this exit and the dip in the number of, investors in the market?
See, I'll see it from two point of view. First, that many new people came into the Indian markets at the time of COVID. However, Indian
Yes.
derivatives market is growing rapidly from last 3 to 5 years. There are multiple reasons that first people find it lucrative because they see those who are buying options, they believe that there is limited risk and unlimited reward. Those who sell, they believe there is consistent money because time decay favors us, right? But the bad part is many Robinhood trader, those who are not knowing the market and concept and property of the options, they just trade options with the view that sometime their beginner lucks work and they believe that they can do magic in this market. So why the people are going? Because they are not skilled, they have not learned it, they are using it as a speculations. So I think the people who left, these might be those guys. But and again, option is it's very tough to make money in options, but again, it's not that tough if you know it how to make it. So what I say in
Right.
conclusion, you cannot hit every ball to
Uh-huh.
boundary for 4 and 6. Sometimes you should be knowing which ball you need to just play as a dot, and that is very important for option trading. Especially when you talk about this market where VIX is near to 12, it got stuck in a range. Even if you buy, put and call and hold, that is not going to make money. Even in last few days when market was moving up, your volatility was falling down. So your delta was helping, but your theta and vega was hurting. So if someone understands
Mhm.
this concept, then only money can be made. So I think that may be the reason that people couldn't make the money, and that was the reason that
Uh-huh.
they left the market. And I think this market only welcome to the people who understand it, who have the skill, and who has the knowledge to survive. I think that is the important reason.
Well, words to live by. Thanks for that, Chandan. Yes.
Sorry, I was on mute. That's an interesting point, Chandan. I think cricketing references really help people understand this even better. Now that even IPL is going on, I know a lot of people are too absorbed with cricket right now. But coming back to markets, metals index, Chandan, that has shown quite a bit of pop in the recent few days. In fact, for the last 9 days, the index has been gaining. It was the best performing sector on a daily basis as well. Couple of key triggers related to China reopening and prices going up, plus the weakness in dollar index working out for these metal counters. What is your view on the whole space?
Yeah, sorry. So you talked about cricket, and I cannot stop myself to add one more example before I talk about Nifty Metal. So, like In cricket also there are
Lovely.
three formats: Test, One Day, and T20, right? And people usually buy option and they hold it like they are playing in T20. They are playing in Test matches. So option is not the game of the Test matches. This is the game of T20, where you have to be with the momentum. If that is not working, you have to get out to give the chance to other trade setup. So I think those who believe it, they can only survive in the market. Investment might be the buy right and play like test, but trading is not all about that. It's all about T20. If momentum is there, you play it and exit in the momentum. Now talking about Nifty Metal, some sort of recovery is there. The good part is we have seen some bullish crossover in mechanical indicator in the weekly scale. Even some short covering was also triggered. After more than 50 days, it surpasses 50-day exponential moving average. So because of that, some recovery will be there in the metal name. However, metal have more volatile nature comparatively. They fall more when market witness decline. But this time I see some stability, and because of that, some recovery might be there. So selective name in the metal, one can play for 3 to 5% movement on immediate point of view.
Chandan, I know we're speaking about cricket. I have to ask you very quickly. RR LSG today playing. Who are you supporting?
Yeah, so
Rajasthan.
be with the trend. Trend is your friend, right? And I'm more of the preferred of the game rather than being with the team. But still, if you look at algos, those who will bait first, I'll take the favor of that as per recent data set. Because without making rule, you cannot survive in anything which is based on the probability. So based on this, what I'm doing from last couple of days, those who's betting early, I'm taking the favor. However, I maybe belong to Rajasthan, but those who bets first, I'll go with that same team.
Well, okay. Lucknow is batting first today, so more power to them. And coming back into topic, Chandan, we've been seeing a lot more COVID cases that have popped up, especially in the last 2 3 weeks, right? What's your outlook on pharma given this as the backdrop?
Actually, the Nifty Pharma Index was laggards in last couple of months, and some sort of stability clearly visible now, right? When I talk about stability is for short term, I don't know what is going to be long term because this is not the sector which I like. Yeah, I used to like at the time of COVID, but this is something which doesn't help you to make consistent money. But if you look at the
Mhm.
immediate chart setup, some stocks are likely to do well. In fact, we have preferred name also, Dr. Reddy. I always like when I have to talk about the pharma, right? This is one of the strongest counter I see every time. And in fact, it rewarded well in last 10, 12 days. If you ask me the second choice, then I'll go with the Sun Pharma. However, some correction is there, but let it come near to 950, 970. One can pick there. So I think these are the couple of names. We'll restrict to these name only with the playing with the momentum of the sector. So I don't want to touch entire sector, but better to be with selective name. And Oro Pharma maybe one more, but already moved up. So let's wait for more decline or play with option route to get some more short covering trigger in the company.
Lovely. Thanks for that, Chandan. Yash, over to you.
And then just continuing my previous question on metals, precious metals are doing extremely well. Gold and silver both are trading at all-time high. There's a popular saying in markets that you sell in May and go away. So does gold and silver make for a good investment bet at these levels? I know everyone says from a diversification point of view that you should have gold and silver, but are these the levels to buy fresh, or you'd wait for some correction or better prices to come?
So disclaimer here, I need to ask most of the time to my partner about the gold. And in fact, she invested today, she bought something. So I may be biased for that
All right.
because she asked me, should I buy today or should I wait for some more time? I said, when you are buying for your requirement, then whenever you are buying, that is a good time. Because if you look at the when you look at the last couple of years, gold has given 6 to 7% kind of return. But recently, what I noticed, silver has performed well, and that outperformance will continue. I don't see major decline in gold, but silver can do comparatively better. So I think those who
Right.
are listening, your market may be in broader range towards the end of year, or might see the movement of 4 5% here and there. But I think silver can do well, followed by gold. However, I always prefer equity.
Okay, we will continue talking about equity. And for all those of you who have listened in, If you want us to bring up any particular themes you want us to chat with Chandan about, please, you can do a couple of things. Either send Yash or myself a direct message, or you can just tweet to us and we'll bring that up into the discussion. Chandan, want to focus your attention towards real estate. How are you looking at the sector, and with offices now being literally, back to full capacity? Yeah, I should assume that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, so actually, we are looking this sector from last 3 4 weeks. We have done the study on the RRG, that is relative rotation graph. So what we notice in relative rotation graph, this sector is having momentum and now strength also, right?
Hmm.
Usually we avoid the sector which is in momentum, but first we look at the strength, then we look at the momentum. But in this sector, momentum peaked first and now strength is building. And this and after the recent RBI policy meet, when they have
Hmm.
not done any changes,
Hmm.
people might be taking it in a positive way. And we have seen some buying interest in selective real estate counter. So I believe that in FNO, like we have DLF, which have seen good delivery build up. Even I checked the open interest that spiked by around 10 to 12% in the recent half. So I think this will be the good trade setup. But only problem is already in last 7 days, it moved from around 340 to 420 kind of level. So just
Hmm.
wait for any dip towards 400, 405. That would be good accumulation level. So in FNO name, one can look at the DLF. If someone is looking for a slightly bigger view and mid cap, then I think Loda and Brigade could be the two names which might be having lesser volatility with some upside to march up with the entire sector.
Got it. Thanks for that, Chandan.
Chandan, CLSA came up with a surprise report where they upgraded the target price on Adani ports. Now, I know a lot of the news around the whole group has sort of cooled down in recent weeks. Do you think these are good levels to bottom fish?
Sorry, I don't track this because of the volatility. We have seen the IV has gone significantly, so levels and data are not working. So I'm not commenting on it.
Got it.
Let the stock prices get some stability, then only we can understand and judge their price behavior. Thank you.
Got it.
Got
Got
it.
it.
I have a question from Harsh Harwani. That's at Harsh Harwani 25. And Chandan, he's asking you, can you please share your views on Infi, BSC, and CDSL?
Okay. Infi, BSC,
And CDSL
and
seems very
CDSL.
open-ended. Yeah.
Yeah. So CDL used to be my preferred pick long bake, right? Especially at the time of work from home scenario. This used to be
Hmm.
my preferred name, and I remember we came to we were liking it near to 350 400 zone back 2020, right? And then it rallied so much, and then we are not having attention now. In the recent past, the stock has corrected from 1700 to 880 level. However, 2020 kind of momentum is not there. But yes, if someone is looking for short term to medium term, I think a near to 950 to 1000 could be the accumulation level. Right now, also it's trading near to 1007. So can accumulate. Don't see bigger move, but at least 1070 to 1100 kind of move can be seen. That is 10% here from here. And why I'm recommending, because already is corrected much from higher levels. When I talk about BSC, momentum is missing, and I never like the stock which is not having momentum. Even if I look at the monthly chart, continuously lower top, lower bottom is visible. However, good
Hmm.
part is after 7, 8 consecutive negative months, this month is slightly positive. So those who are looking for long term can pick, but for immediate point of view, I'm not seeing any much thing. CDSL can be looked. Infosys, I'll wait because already we have seen some aggressive call writing short built up. If someone is looking for investment, they can think, but for trading, I'll wait for this expiry to over because those shorts who are added, I don't think they will have any tension to cut immediately. So I think let the more week pass, then there might be some bottom out process in Infosys and other IT names.
Thanks for that, Chandan, and thanks, Harsh, for your question. Chandan, wanted to bring your attention towards new age businesses, and the overwhelming majority of opinions that Yash and I ask when we have guests on Spaces is that they're not very they're very bearish on the the new age stocks. How are you? what is your sentiment towards them?
See, we are the follower of the trend. When trend itself is not strong, then it's very tough for us to comment on it. I think let's focus on quality name, heavyweights name, which are already down by 18% from high. Better to pick them so that we have margin of safety rather than finding out the name which are very high volatile and even many people are not having visibility on the same. So I don't think that I can comment on it, but better to be with selective name
Hmm.
where you have courage and capacity to average even if those come lower. So I won't think that any name I have. I know when you are talking about new
Got
age, you must be talking about Paytm, Zomato, Nike, and all. So I'll wait
Yeah, the
for
usual
proper
fare.
setup.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll wait for proper setup. As of now, setup is not showing me any sign of momentum and movement.
Got it. Thanks for
Right?
that, Chandan. Yash.
Yeah. So
Back to you.
in between, if you ask few name which recently came, however, disclaimer
Mhm.
that whatever things I am suggesting based on the technical setup, personal view as well. So one counter which bottomed out after a long time is Bikazi, right? I belong to the place, so that might be I'm biased on it. But looking at the chart setup, some sort of bottom edge process near to 345. So if you like the chart and if you see the chart, you can look such kind of chart as well. In mid cap, one counter which we see breakout is like Aptech Technology, which is trading near to 450. A nice
Mhm.
pole and flag is being seen here. Multiple year breakout is there. So look at such name which can
Mhm.
really add momentum.
Okay, copy that. Thanks for that, Chandan. Yash, back to you.
Chandan, one of the listeners by the name of Bala has a question. He wants to know your view on IDFC First Bank from an investment point of view for the next 1+ year.
Yeah, so recently, just 2 days back, I posted one chart on my Twitter handle about Nifty PSU index, which has given a descending triangle breakout. I believe such mid cap name will be in focus. IDFC First Bank, however, consolidating but bottomed out. If and the good part is talking about 1 year, so that is a good thing for the stock because it takes time to move. So I believe the recent bottom of 52 is likely to hold, and slow and steady you can see the movement to a 64 to 68 level.
Got it. From the next HDFC Bank to the actual HDFC Bank, Sandeep Rajput wants to know your view on HDFC Bank. Should he hold it or sell?
I think if you are talking about gold, then no one can suggest you to sell. And I think HDFC Bank consider into the same category. However, it took time. It has nature. And if I look at the yearly chart, this is I think this is going to be ninth or 10th consecutive year where year on year basis the stock is moving up. So I think overall positive setup and especially when outlook on Bank Nifty is positive, then this
Hmm.
heavyweights elephant is likely to have the momentum on upside. Recently, it bottomed out near to 1530, 1550 marks, and 2 days back, it made high near to 1720 on its result day. If I look at the last 3 years, every time it goes to 1720. Even if you notice in 2021, the high for the stock was 1725. In 2022, 1722 was the high. Even in this year, as of now, high is 1720. So you can understand that from 3 years, it's struggling to hold beyond 1720. If that happens, I don't think stock will stop for less than movement of 8 to 10%. If that happens, that will also add flavor to Bank Nifty and broader market. So I think 1720 is going to give the next flavor and momentum to the stock.
Got it. Chandan, another stock which is trading at all-time highs and a retail favorite stock is ITC. Multiple triggers working for the stock, whether it's the hotel demerger, whether it is the cigarette business, which is doing extremely well. How do you view the chart setup? Is there room for further rally from here?
Yeah, this is one of the strongest setup. Continuously is moving up fast from last 5 weeks. We have seen better rollover. One of the strongest counter in FMCG. However, only problem is it gives less momentum. It takes more time to even move by few percentage. But yes, we will continue to remain bullish. On immediate basis, you can find support near to 383. 420, 425 is the positional level, which is 4 to 5%, but will take time.
Thanks for that, Chandan. We have Meet quickly checking in on your opinion on the expiry tomorrow.
Yeah. So like today we were expecting market to remain in between 17,610 to 17,666, and the next level was 17,570. And to surprise, exactly it made high near to 17,666 and then fell down by 65, 75 points. From last 3 days, it is forming slightly lower highs. On weekly basis, it is in process to form the bearish engulfing. But at the same time, your Bank Nifty is down, but still holding to the previous week closing or previous week highest level. So the problem is Bank Nifty is supporting, but Nifty is witnessing some dip, and because of that, it's going to be the range bound. If it moves above 17,666, then only I'll talk about 17,717 or 17,777. On downside, your major support will be 17,550. So I think 17,550 to 17,717 is broader range. If moves above 17,666, then only I'll play for 30 to 50 points upswing. So I think these levels we need to keep in mind, and these levels are going to give us trading setup and trading momentum. Being the weekly expiry, some volatility could be there, but your India VIX is already at 12 today. In fact, it hit low near to 11, so you can understand at VIX of below 12, the momentum is also likely to less. So I think you need to keep these level. If moves above 17,666, then only I'll turn slightly bullish. Downside, I see support near to 17,550 marks.
Got it. Thanks for that, Chandan. We've got some more script specific inquiries. Yash, over to you.
Yeah. Uh, Chandan, there's one question from Jitendra Jain. He wants to know your view on Hindustan Aeronautics, and Rajesh Khandelwal wants to know your view on Ultratech Cement.
Yeah, so HL is one name where we are bullish, not for immediate point of view, but for positional point of view. I think defense will do well. So HL, I think HL is just waiting for some trigger. However, the good part is it is at breakout zone. Even in the last month, it made high near to 29.14. We are just few percent away from its lifetime high. Just couple of days back, stock fell down, but again gathered the momentum with support of 24.75, 2500 headed high. So if Jitendra is asking for long term, definitely with major support of 2500, we can see 3200 to 3500. On positional point of view, on immediate basis, with support of 2700, he can use some buy on decline stance. Now talking about second question, that is on Ultratech. So Ultratech is also okay, likely to be in limited upside as well as the downside, but dips could be both. In this week we witnessed some decline, but I think near to 73.50 again some buying will emerge. So be ready to pick this or bargain hunt near to 73 to 73.50 marks.
Well,
Yes.
perfect. Lovely. Chandan, thank you so much for joining us, joining StockTwits India and Business Insider India this evening. It's been a great conversation, and a big thank you to all our 200 plus listeners who came in and dropped in your queries. Chandan, lovely responses, very candid, and also the cricket analogies are always appreciated by Yash and me. And I know we've got the match also starting, so I won't hold you back. We've got a great lineup today on the IPL coming up. And we'll be back, Yash and myself, next Wednesday at the same time, where we'll do a roundup of how the markets have been running and how you should be interpreting them. So, till the next week, on behalf of Yash and myself, thank you so much. And Chandan, it's a delight to have you with us, and we look forward to having you back with us maybe in a couple of months.
Thank you so much, Aswin. Thank you. Yes, it's pleasure talking. Thanks to all the participants, my team members, and all the followers. Thanks for all your love. Because of your best wishes and faith, I keep on putting my efforts, and the energy and effort is just how well I can give best to you. And I think we all are working for that efforts. So thank you so much. Thanks for being with us, and thanks Yes and Aswin for inviting me to address such brilliant audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chandan.
Great,
That was
Chandan.
really
Thank you so
nice
much.
having you. And just quickly adding in that this Spaces is getting recorded. So, in case any one of you has joined later on, you can go back and listen to the whole conversation from the beginning. It will be the first pin post on our handle. Once again, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Chandan,
yes, just to
Ashwin, for
add, yeah, disclaimer
Yep.
and disclosure will be there,
Yes.
right? Whatever I
As always.
discussed, I talked on chart and personal capacity. So
Yeah.
do some studies and accordingly take views and suggestions. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, always. DYOR, do your own research. That's the mandate that Stockwoods and Business Insider recommends, and we'll continue doing that. So the disclaimer is always there. So thanks, Chandan. Thanks, Yash, and thank you all. You guys have a great evening and enjoy the match.